Hi, Dan. So to get started, can you tell us just a little bit about yourself? We know that you're a licensed massage therapist. You've been an ART provider and an instructor for several years. Tell us about your overall career. Where did you start and how did you get to where you are today?
So I initially started working for various chiropractic offices, just general public type work, as many of us do. And then it came to a point where I was frustrated with what the requirements were, as far as getting continuing education credits. I landed on active release technique, and I was like, wow, this is it. I know I can now help people with my knowledge and my hands. And I was excited about that. And, I took that to heart, and here we are today. I initially started working with youth athletes, high schoolers, as I have two grown kids now. They were in sports and athletics, so that made things a little easier. I then transferred into collegiate sports, working with SMU here for 15 years or so, working with all their teams and athletes. And that's where I truly honed my skills working with athletes, because I saw so many different athletic builds, athletic types. There's a lot of different movements and things like that that happen with working with different teams and different sports. And that's what gave me my ability to figure things out and hone my skills, like I said, with the active release.
What do you think sets active release techniques treatment apart from other treatments, especially working with athletes in collegiate sports like that?
Well, now it's very well known. So athletes actually look for it. They look to, hey, who's the ART guy? When I have athletes come in from other cities, they're like, hey, who's the ART guy in the area, or who can I go see here? Who can I go see there? It's becoming a widely known success amongst many athletes, not just professional sports, but in every facet of athletics, whether it be your youth volleyballer, or your triathlete looking for a treatment in a new city. So I've seen all of them. To be honest, I'm a very modest guy. I do help a lot of people, but I don't like to brag about myself. But I will give you a little story. When I was applying for the job as SMU's ART person, they had me work on an athlete that had many issues, and basically they were giving up on him. They didn't know what else to do to him. And here I am in an interview, and I got the athletic director and all the trainers, some other medical staff just watching to see if what I did was real or was magic. And this was probably 15, 20 years ago almost. So it was hasn't really been known as it is now. So the kid had anterior hip pain. So I just did a simple psoas move on him. And we all heard an audible release, whether it be his lumbar spine release or something broke free. We all heard it. The athlete's eyes just popped open, stood up, and had zero pain.
Wow.
And everyone just clapped and gasped, like, this guy's a miracle worker. And all I did was a psoas, but I had been properly taught this at a seminar, and that was that.
How did you even know to get to the psoas? Because especially if it was his lumbar spine and his back that was causing pain, I'm guessing. How did you even know to look at the psoas?
Well, as we know, as providers, the psoas attaches to the lower five vertebrae in the spine. So if anyone has any sort of low back issue, that's basically one of the ones you go to first. I was still new to active release myself, and that was one of the basic things that are taught in the seminars at that time. Still
Okay.
is.
From there, I mean, it sounds like that was the beginning of your career and you kind of hit it off with a bang, but where are you now? How have you grown? What are you doing? What would you give advice to anyone who wants to get, successful like you are today?
So I heard at a seminar, one of my very first seminars, probably 20 something years ago, you should have at least one miracle in your office a week. And I took that to heart. I worked on everybody. I tried to fix everybody, some better than others, depending on their issue. But I took that to heart, and I really worked hard at knowing my anatomy and knowing the moves without a second thought. And I thought to myself, if I can teach this, then I'm going to be even better. And I think me pushing towards that goal of becoming an instructor helped my skills maximize. Right now, I currently work with a National Hockey League team, Dallas Stars. I just happened to fall into this role because of who I've helped and what I've done over the years. The training staff and athletic staff here really brought me in. They're like, hey, we've heard good things about you. Let's work with a couple of players, see how it works out. And yeah, I am this is my 5th season with them now, and it's been a blast. I get to travel all over the place, and it's fun. So some advice that I would give is really try to get in tight with either your athletic training staff. They're usually the first line of people kind of screening who comes in and out of the facilities. So whether it be your high school level all the way up to professional level, they're usually the first line, the who you want to talk to.
That's so cool and fun.
Yes, it is.
Especially now that they're having games and hopefully fans in the stands.
Yeah, some states do, some states don't yet, but it's working that way. Hopefully things are getting better and we're progressing.
Anything else you kind of want to share with us? Any bragging rights?
Like I said, I can tell you this. I know that in my heart, I'm good at what I do because of what you guys have shown me, what ART has shown me. That I've really can't say enough about the experiences that I've had, the people that I've met through ART, especially when I go teach a seminar. Working with some of the top minds in the bodywork business has been invaluable to me, and I can't say enough. And I will keep looking forward to doing seminars and teaching and learning with the best. And I also love the fact that what I know I can pass along to the next eager learner out there wanting to do and wanting to help people. And I love it. What can I say?
But what would be a piece of advice that you would give to somebody who's just getting started with their ART certification?
Good question. As a massage therapist, we're given a limited amount of anatomy. I would say the first thing to do is really have your anatomy down pat. That's my advice to everyone. I've tutored some people. I've mentored others, and the first thing we get on is anatomy, knowing your anatomy, and that's what I hit home. And most people that get that down can pick up ART pretty good after that.
That's awesome. Great.
Yeah.
And one last thing, what has kept you motivated kind of along your journey to where you are today? What keeps you going?
Well, working in college for many years, I would talk to a lot of college kids and I would ask them, what do you want to do for a living? Or what do you want to do? And a lot of them don't even have an idea, 4 years into college, don't even have an idea. And I would just say, do something that you love, and you don't have to work so hard, and learning it becomes easy. So if you like what you do, you'll never have to work a day in your life. It's true. And that's what motivated, because I love what I do. I love helping people. I'm an anatomy nerd, like most of us are, and
Yeah.